What if you could create more kindness in the world just by being you? Everyone has the potential to create and receive more kindness. What if kindness is more than being nice and compassionate to others? Have you ever considered what having more kindness for you could create in your life? Get ready to learn how the energy of kindness is integral to reducing stress in your life and how it can assist in healing your body. Now, here is the host of Cultivating Kindness with Karen, facilitator of healing, Karen Leslie.
Welcome, everyone. I'm so glad you're here with me for another episode of Cultivating Kindness with Karen. And of course, that's me, Karen Leslie, and I'm your host for the next hour. And we have so much we can talk about. I'm really excited about the show today. And, the show title is Every Day in Every Way, I Am Getting Better and Better. So when you even hear me say that, what happens? Every day in every way, I am getting better and better. Every day in every way, I am getting better and better. Can you feel those words? Can your body sense those words? Like what happens? And I'm spending time on this, which is unusual for me to really repeat the title of a show right off the bat. But this is part of who I am. I am a language and thought pattern coach. I am an expert energy healer. And when you put all of that together, well, then miracles happen. They truly can. But language, words, how we think, how we speak are so important. So let's try it again. Every day in every way, I am getting better and better. Was it any different? We're going to review this. We're going to go over it a couple of times throughout the show today. So I really hope that you will hang around because during the different segments of the show, I'm going to be bringing in a lot of really cool information, or at least I think it's really cool, right? And part of it is recognizing the words we're using, the thoughts we're having, right? Again, every day in every way, I am getting better and better. What comes to mind when I say that for you? Does it make you smile? Does it lift you up? Do you feel down? That's possible. Where do your thoughts go? Right? When you think of the word better, what comes to mind? And what does better mean for you? Right? It could be that you're getting better in so many different ways. Health, happiness, wealth, sleeping, your work, whatever that might be. Right? Which would you pick? If you could choose one of those to be getting better and better at, what would it be? Now, one of the key things to remember is that you are the common denominator in every area of your life. And that may sound really dumb or silly, but I think we forget it way too often. We need to remember that we are the 100% consistent energy in every area of our life. So if you are the common denominator and you are the catalyst for creating everything to be able to become better and better, then what does that mean for you? What does that mean for all areas of your life? Or maybe you just want to pick one, and that's a great idea as well. How can we work with this so we can have more improvement in our lives, so that we can wake up in the beginning of our day and think, wow, every day in every way, I am getting better and better. And I would really, really encourage you to look at this, to say this, to repeat these words, right? And as we repeat these words, and as we say this every day, multiple times a day, it's really interesting what can happen. And as I put in our little write-up that I sent out to everybody, there's these little dots that we can connect as we're going along. And usually you are not aware of these dots. They may seem invisible. They may seem out of sight. They may seem too far away, but they're not. And all of these little invisible dots are around you all the time, waiting for you to connect them. And as you do, you change whatever your focus is in that moment and all the moments going forward. So does that intrigue you? Are you glad you tuned in? I'm glad you tuned in. We have so much to go over today, and I'm really excited for you to be with me throughout the whole hour, and at the end, when we sum it all up, to hear from you and know, okay, so what was your takeaway today? What did you learn about you that you can put into practice from our conversations? And how is that helping you? I would love you to get in touch with me later and let me know. Or if you're listening live now and you want to jump into the chat room on inspiredchoicesnetwork.com/chat room, pop over now. Join in. You can join in on the Zoom and you can watch as well as type in the chat room for comments and questions. And we can work on this together if you like. So yeah, come on over if you're listening live. And for those of you on the replay, same thing, right? Get in touch with me. Let me know, what is your takeaway from today? What was really helpful? Or was there something that I explained throughout the show that maybe wasn't quite clear? That's cool too. Let me know. All right. So where are we going to go from here? I think I really want to bring to your attention again that we are the one consistent energy, and I use that word intentionally, the one consistent energy in everything that's going around us. Now, we may be an inconsistent energy as far as the frequency or vibrations or energy we are emitting from our body and our being, what we're putting out there into the world, but it is us that is in every situation. Whether we are thinking in the past, whether we're looking into the future, whether we're dreaming at night, we are always there. The key is for us to recognize this, to choose to be present in the moment, see our role. What are we doing? Or what are we choosing to not do? And what is the impact of that in that moment with what we're creating? Every day in every way, right? That means 24/7 in any imaginable way, we are influencing what is happening. And what if we could influence it so that we are getting better and better in every moment? It's possible. I've done it. I continue to do this. And I also recognize when I weeble and wobble and, not doing it so great. But truthfully, that doesn't matter, because what was key in what I just said to you was I know more often than not, okay, and I'm not 100%, but I know also when it's not working, when maybe something I'm doing, something I'm choosing, or something I'm ignoring is not being that contribution towards me getting better and better in every moment, all the time. Now, I just got for some of you that sounds exhausting. There was this real fatigue energy that just came over me. All right. And that's okay. And I appreciate your feedback. However, What if it doesn't have to be exhausting? What if this doesn't have to be tiring or a chore or a job or one more task on your to-do list? That is completely possible. When we work with creating a new habit, a new behavior, a new thought process, sure, initially it's going to take a little bit of effort. Initially, you're going to have to put into place, I don't know, Post-it notes, reminders on your phone or something like that. I tend to put them on my wall around me in my office or on my fridge, places where I am a lot. And I put reminders there to help bring it to mind often. And then over a period of time, and depending on how dedicated you or I are with working with it, all of a sudden, we don't need those reminders anymore. It starts to be automatic, as with building anything new, right? And then there's no longer work involved. It's just part of who we are, part of what we do every day. Kind of like, if you're not someone that goes to the gym or some form of physical activity, but you think, okay, I'm going to put this into my life. So for me, when I would start doing that, or when I would stop and start again, it was work, it was effort, it was fatiguing to think, okay, I really want to do this. I would sometimes use the word should. I really should be doing this now. Oh, it's in my calendar. It's time to exercise. But with where my thought process was and how I had lost that automatic, oh, good. All right, I'm going to get up and move my body and exercise. When that energy shifts, it is more work bringing it back. That's true, because the thought patterns changed, but you can bring them back around and then start to look forward to going to the gym or going for your walk or whatever it might be, going to a class. And it becomes part of you, part of your routine, part of what makes your body feel happy and good. And when our body feels happy and good, it's going to start to remind us that we need to take those actions again, because our body likes them, loves them, and it gets easier. So this is the same thing. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. Does that feel any different? Does every day in every way no longer have that same weight? It might have shifted. It can happen that quickly. When you're open to a new idea, or you're open to hearing something a little bit differently, change can happen right away. And it's so cool. It really is. And it's so encouraging, right? If you are letting yourself know that, okay, I'm open to this. I know I need to think about it a bit, but yeah, I also know that it's going to become really easy for me. And you set yourself up for looking at it from a place of achievement and success and patting yourself on the back and saying, yeah, cool, I'm doing this. Right. The power of words, the power of our thoughts cannot be underestimated. It is one of the, what's the word I want? More underutilized powers that we have. It is one that is forgotten about, probably more than most. It is a foundation to creating a way of living that you can love, that people don't talk about enough. Now, if you've been following me along for a while, you know I talk about this a lot. And I'm going to continue to, because it is so important and it is a real passion of mine. I love words. I love energy. I love them when I put them together. All right. So on that note, we are going to go for our first break of the show. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And truly, I would love it if you would send me an email. It's Karen@KarenLeslie.ca. super easy to remember, and I'm super easy to find on all kinds of social media platforms. But let me know, all right? Think about what's your takeaway from today? What is it that you might want to know more about so that building these new patterns, understanding the power of words and your presence might be easier for you? Give that a little thought. We've got a couple of commercials here for you. Don't go away. We will be right back, and we've got so much more to talk about. All right. Thanks, everyone.
We all have different experiences with and definitions of kindness. These experiences and beliefs about kindness have influenced who we are today and how we see the world. The universe is always listening. So what are you telling the universe today? Tune in to Cultivating Kindness with Karen each week as Karen guides you to understanding how each choice you are making is either keeping you stuck or opening up the energy of empowerment for you. Listen to Cultivating Kindness with Karen, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email become a host at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is Cultivating Kindness with Karen. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also send an email to karen@karenleslie.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everybody. So, did you give that a little bit of thought while listening to those lovely commercials? Where are you now when you hear this statement? Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. One of the things that I also want to mention to you is that there will be times when you hear something just like that, and some people are going to go, oh, that makes so much sense. And yes, I can work with that. And yes, that's the energy of what I wish to have. And there will be other people that are going to go, yeah, but I don't know how that would work. Or I can't see that happening for me. It's awesome that it can work for you. And I see it working for you, but I don't see how it's going to work for me. Whatever side you're on, however you're looking at that statement, it's not wrong. What I really love is that you will recognize and admit to yourself and say to yourself, yeah, this is cool. I can do this. Or none of this makes sense. I can't see myself doing this. I've done so much before. Like, I'm not getting better and better. At best, I'm holding my own. And some days I am really going back. One of the contributing factors between the different ways of looking at this is our belief system. What we're willing to believe, what we choose to believe based on current experiences, past experiences, and just our whole outlook on how we're looking at things. All of that can change. Totally. All of it can change. There truly, in my opinion, there truly is no belief that cannot be changed. What's key is a couple of things. A, you got to recognize that this belief isn't working for you. B, recognizing that that belief came from somebody else or multiple other people. You didn't come up with it on your own. This was something that was given to you by those who had an influence over you. and you've just taken it on. That's all. So if you've just taken it on, you can choose to let it go. You can choose to change part of it, or you can choose to work with it however you want. But working with changing your beliefs, right? And I do a lot of belief clearing work with people, because one of the things that gets in our way when we're looking to change our behaviors, our thoughts, our patterns, our outlook on anything in any area and all areas of our life, is those thoughts, those beliefs that get in our way and stop us. We need to understand that that can change. So I do a ton of work with people, and this gets in the way of their healing when we don't address it. So again, every day in every way, I am getting better and better. Where's your belief in that? And if you'd like to work with me on that, because we're not going to get deeply into the process to change that during a show, it takes too long, to be perfectly honest, and it's not the focus of the show for me to be doing the healings live on the show. Although I guess that might be an option one day. We'll see. Never say never. But if this is something you feel it's in your way, if your thought was, yeah, that works for others, I can't see that, Karen, I'm sorry, like, no, then send me an email or get in touch with me. Someone in the chat, that would be a cool show. I'm assuming they mean if I was doing some healings on the show. And yeah, it might be really cool. But until then, or let me know, guys, send me an email. What do you think? Or look for me on different social media platforms, and you can send me messages that way as well. I'm very, very active on Facebook. I'm quite active on Instagram and LinkedIn, and it would be easy to find me. No doubt about it. One of the aspects that I bring into all my shows, which those of you who watch all the time know, is that I use oracle cards. And when I pulled the oracle cards for today's show, there was a couple of things they said that I really want to reinforce with you, right? The first one is, it talked about inspired movement forward, taking confidence, taking a more confident stand and assertive action towards your goal. Right? You need to do something. Ideally, do something different from a different perspective, in a different way, or like right out of the park, brand new, never thought of it before. But to shift something, right? To move forward, you have to do something different. And since so many of us live in the past, our thoughts are always being pulled to the past. And the mind does this on purpose, and it's got its reasons, and that's cool. But again, when we recognize this and we know it, then we have the option to change it, to influence it, to work with it in a different way. Right? Spirit understands this. They're always guiding us, nudging us, and giving us clues if we want, if we're willing to see them, to help us with those changes, to help us to be better and better every day, in every way. And you're in the driver's seat. So in every way doesn't mean, whoa, every area of your life all at once. No, you've got the option to choose. Where would you like to start? If you could pick one right now that you could change, and then it would become better and better, what would that be? Write it down, make a note of it, put it somewhere. Remind yourself of that one area, that one thing that you would like to change that would help every day to feel better and better, right? That would be following your knowing. That would be following maybe divine or inspired nudge that you get. All right, I want to look at the next one before I go on. The second card said, the attitude of gratitude is a magnet for true love in all forms. being in a place of gratitude for everything, even the not great stuff, is really important. It's not, and I don't mean you're going to say, thank you, I love the fact that, my debts are just going up, up, up. No, but being in gratitude that you have the awareness of what's going on, and then being in gratitude of like, okay, what can change? Who do I need to reach out to? What support is required so I can work with this? Instead of the norm of being in the past, here I go again. I'm always having these struggles. This just does not change. Remember, in the first segment, I said, you are the common denominator in everything in your life. You are always part of the equation. Even when we choose to pretend we're not, we're just lying to ourselves. I'm sorry, but you're lying. We are always part of the equation. Do we wish to change the equation? Do we wish to change our placement in the equation? Like, is it a long and complicated one with all different factors? Yeah, sometimes they are. So change how you are within it. Maybe that's step one for you. You may be pulling yourself right out of it. That's it, done. This equation is no longer part of my life, right? This is all up to you. And you can really, truly only make these choices when you recognize, hey, I'm part of this. I'm part of this, so I can change this. I'm part of this, so I'm part of how it got created. I'm part of this. Is this making my life better and better? If your answer is no, then what would you like to choose? But recognizing and being grateful that you have that awareness goes so far. You start to feel better about yourself. Even if initially you recognize, okay, I'm part of all this. This is a whole whackload of crap here. You may want to go into judging yourself or beating yourself up with it. Please do not, but that may be your auto response. That's okay. Recognize it. Look at that belief that is saying, yep, always me. Yep, here I go again. Then stop, pause, take a breath. What can be different? Bring yourself into the present moment. Recognize you were just in the past. Recognize it was old thoughts that have come forward again and again. And what would you like to change now? Right? Right. Sorry, just I've had this message a couple of times and I was trying to ignore it, but I'm going to share this with you. I do a lot of work with the moon's energies. And as a result, I am becoming more and more aware of other planetary and universal energies and things that are going on. So even though, it's only a few days ahead, right? Today is September 20th. So on the 23rd, so this is why it's coming up, is the equinox. So depending where you are in the world, it will be spring or fall equinox for you. So we're coming into our fall equinox. I live in Canada. And the energies right now for this equinox are very much pushing us to being more of our authentic self, looking at, okay, so what's my path? Why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? And those can be really big questions that sometimes make people feel uncomfortable, but they can always be looked at, right, from a slightly different perspective. And for those of you that hear those words and think, like that's just nonsense. Cool. What if you could look at it from a different perspective? So it makes sense that I'm talking about this today with the energies that are present right now here with us. Right? What would you like to be doing? Who authentically are you? Do you even know? These energies may be pushing some of you to get this realization, to have some dissatisfaction or to have some frustrations around certain areas in your life right now where you are not being authentic to who you are, who you might like to be, who you are meant to be, however you want to look at this. But it is really a wonderful time to take these next couple of days and look at this and think, all right, what is this showing me? And if I followed through on this, would my life get better and better? Would I start to feel better and better? Excellent questions. And when you are following more along with what and who and how you're meant to show up, yes, it will get better. Sure, there may be some crunchy bits. I'll help you if you want, but it will get better. So on that note of thinking, yes, it'll get better. Yes, it will get better. We're going to take a break, right? We're up to our second break in the show. You're here with myself, Karen Leslie, and we are on the Cultivating Kindness with Karen show on the Inspired Choices Network. So stay with me. I've got so much more to go into and helping you connect the dots and working with this when we come back from our break. All right, we'll be back just in a couple of minutes.
We all have different experiences with and definitions of kindness. These experiences and beliefs about kindness have influenced who we are today and how we see the world. The universe is always listening. So what are you telling the universe today? Tune in to Cultivating Kindness with Karen each week as Karen guides you to understanding how each choice you are making is either keeping you stuck or opening up the energy of empowerment for you. Listen to Cultivating Kindness with Karen, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is Cultivating Kindness with Karen. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to Karen@KarenLeslie.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm so glad you're here with me. Thank you so much. And if you're just joining, please stay for the second half of the show, but then, go back once the replay is out and listen to the first part. I think it will help everything come together for you a little more clearly, but just, don't leave now. You'll still get a lot of benefit from the second half. So I've got a couple of comments in the chat room, and so I'm just going to touch base with those before we move on. So one person has written, it's always good to have an advanced heads up of those moon energies, ! And it really is. And this is one of the things that I actually provide for people through my social media, mostly on Facebook. I am getting that I'm supposed to expand that out a little bit and share more of that on other platforms as well. So that is something I can definitely do. So, but at the moment, you can go, to Karen Leslie on Facebook, and you can find a lot of information there. But the area that you can find the most is in a group that I run called Cosmic Harmony, Balancing Emotions and Energies. And this is a private group that I work with. We have a private Facebook page, and you're welcome to join us if you would like to be part of the regular monthly membership. Here, there is so much information, and the amount of information is constantly growing as I grow and learn more as well. It involves energy healing, sent out energy transmissions to support you through all of these weird and wonderful and wacky energies from the moon. There's a little bit of information on astrology and how that influences things. Like one of the ones which I posted recently, which really surprised a number of people, was if you're a Cancerian, like I'm a Cancer, then we're ruled by the moon. Okay, if we're ruled by the moon, guess what? Every time the moon shifts into one of its phases, we're going to feel it more than other people. So if you don't know this, okay, so all you Cancerians out there, listen up. There are 8 phases of the moon for one cycle, for when you start with the new moon and then you go around, and the full moon's only halfway, and then you've got more until you get back to your new moon again. Every 2.5 to 3 days, the moon changes its frequency. So if you are under the sign of Cancer, you may have times when you think you're actually going crazy because so much is affecting you. But when you understand that, new level of awareness, new understanding on how to work with it and how to cope with it. And then when you get the energy healings, these energy transmissions that I send out, it supports you. So it's $55 a month Canadian. So for a lot of you in some other countries, it's really inexpensive. And to be honest, for the level that you get, it's inexpensive regardless. So if you want more information, reach out to me directly. And you also may be able to find it on my social media platforms as well. So it is great to know you are not going crazy, right? Every day and every way, I am getting better and better. One of the ways is increasing your knowledge. What can you be aware of? What information can you take in that helps, that gives an explanation? I get it. So when I learned this, and I denied that the moon had any influence over me at all for so many decades, right? Hiding, that's all it was. Just didn't want to know. At that time, I was okay, just thinking I was just really struggling, really depressed for this reason, really anxious for this reason, not even thinking about that the moon could be influencing any of that for me, as well as other forces and energies and thoughts coming in, right? It's a whole package. And then another question here is, it is so hard to stay in that place of gratitude. How do you do it? Okay, first of all, right? Language coach, it is so hard to stay in that place of gratitude. It is so hard. Do you feel that? It is so hard. Yeah, if you believe that, it is going to be hard. Instead of, how can I look at this? That being in the state of gratitude can be easier for me. What energy can I be to find gratitude with more ease every day and in every way? Feel the difference? So that is my explanation. That's how I do it. Am I that way 100% of the time? No. I have my moments where it's like, oh no. And that's okay, because emotions bring us information. It's what we do with the emotion and how long we choose to hold on to the emotion that then sets up what's going to happen next. Shock, upset, joy, surprise, intrigue, right? All of these things come at us all the time. How do you wish to deal with it, right? So to find gratitude, to make finding gratitude easier, to be able to step into gratitude with more enjoyment, less struggle, watch your words, right? How can you rephrase something so that you are not using the words that have that more negative energy to them, those energies of it. Oh yeah, this is going to be a drag. This is going to be hard, right? It's going to come that way first, because that's the way you're used to thinking, and that's what your mind's going to give you, and that's okay. The key is, right? Awareness, recognizing that that's how you're thinking. Pause, take a breath, right? What would I like to do now? Can I change this? Right? And working with asking a question to shift that energy. And it really, really helps. So I hope that that's helpful for the person who asked the question. So there are, I think as I just was bringing into the conversation without really thinking about it, there's so many invisible forces out there that dictate what's going to happen next. Now, the key is really recognizing that they are invisible until you kind of get the knack on how to recognize what they are when they're showing up and what to do with them. They're only invisible because you're not taught about them. People aren't talking about it very much. And like I find, I listen to a lot of podcasts, I read a lot of books, I do a lot of things for enjoyment and for learning, and then also for sharing. And I find a lot of what I say isn't really common, isn't part of the norm of the self-help, the teachings, the way of looking at things at this time. Is it growing? Yes, I do see it growing. Is it there in everybody's awareness? No, not by a long shot. So that's part of my enthusiasm. That's the word. Part of my enthusiasm for my show is to be that voice and to bring these new ideas to people. Some of that, it's going to be old hat, got it. But there's a lot of you that this is going to be new information. And that excites me to be able to share that with you, right? Just like how to look at gratitude. Maybe that was the first time you heard it explained that way. And if so, that's cool. And that makes me really, really happy. Right? What about curiosity? How about clarity, feelings, your emotions, right? Your physical environment, the room you're in, the places you go, where you work, where you walk. These are all part of the invisible forces that help to line things up for you to be feeling either better and better, or same and same, or possibly worse and worse. In other words, anything you're willing to look at can have an impact. It may be overwhelming for a lot of you for me to say everything has an impact. I mean, that is true, but scale it back a little if that's easier. Anything you choose to look at from that space of curiosity, of wonderment, of gaining awareness or knowledge, gratitude, right? Any way you choose to look at it, where you can gain an ever so slightly different perspective, will be helpful. It will let you see the impact or the influence that, air quotes, invisible force is having on you, with you, around you. Remember, right? You and myself, right? We are the common denominator in everything. So we can look at ourselves and then choose to look at something slightly differently. Or maybe you're willing to actually let a new idea or perspective come in that you've never heard of before and are open to it. I mean, how cool would that be? Okay. When you want to work with these things and change them around, you can use visualizations, You can use meditation. You can see yourself, bring in your feelings, bring in your emotions, and experience that change that you want to put into place. And the more you experience it, the more you bring it into the now moment, the stronger you get to stopping living in the past. The stronger you get at stopping all of those past thoughts that keep coming back again and again and again. Your confidence in this will grow. Your belief in you will grow. Pick one thing, just one thing as your point of focus. See how you would like it to change. Feel how you would like it to change within your body. Bring those emotions in. Run a little projector in your mind. Watch a movie of you changing, doing things differently, speaking differently, holding your body in a different way. Or perhaps even just noticing, hey, I'm actually present. I'm paying attention. I'm aware of what's around me. Practice this while we go to our next break. Take a moment and do that. We won't be long. We've just got a short commercials coming up for you. And then when we come back, let's see about wrapping this all together. But please take this couple of minutes and try it out and see what you come up with. All right? We'll be back just in a moment, everyone. Thanks so much.
We all have different experiences with and definitions of kindness. These experiences and beliefs about kindness have influenced who we are today and how we see the world. The universe is always listening. So what are you telling the universe today? Tune in to Cultivating Kindness with Karen. Each week as Karen guides you to understanding how each choice you are making is either keeping you stuck or opening up the energy of empowerment for you. Listen to Cultivating Kindness with Karen. Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. This is Cultivating Kindness with Karen. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to Karen@KarenLeslie.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everyone. All right. Did you try it? Did it work? What happened? Right? Did you actually attempt at bringing forward something you would like to change and feeling it in your body? Could you see it in your imagination? Did your body have a different sense or I don't know, did it just feel different somehow? Did one area feel lighter, more expansive? Or did a part of it start to tingle? Did you get chills? Did you overheat? Did you start to perspire? None of that's wrong. All of that is possible when you're working with energy. And that's what you're doing. You're focusing in on something that you would like to change. Right? Everything's energy. You're focusing in on this and you're seeing and bringing to your imagination and your thought process as to where you would like it to go. What would you like it to look like? How will this be for you? You're working with energy. You're working with frequencies. So as a result, you can be aware of so much around in your own body and the air around you as well, right? I encourage you to work with this over the next week or longer, months, years, whatever you want. There's no stopping point. Let me know if you need assistance. Let me know if something is stuck, like you're just not getting there. Happy to have a conversation with you or have a couple of emails back and forth. The key is for you to decide, okay, what's required? Here we go again. For me to be every day in every way getting better and better. What's required for an action from you? What belief needs to be put into place by you? Every day in every way, I am getting better and better. I say this all the time. This isn't just a line I made up for a title of a show. I use this. I don't know how many times I say it, but I say it a lot, or I'll think it. If I'm feeling stuck and don't know how to move forward with something, or there's times where I'm just like, I don't even know what to do next. I feel like I'm blank. Well, I'm not. It's just an energy that I am sitting in. And this line can help me. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. And I can feel that shift. I can feel a lightness come into me. Right? And then, as you know, right, I love ways of kindness. It is an amazing tool. Every week I talk about it. I end my show with it. Bring in ways of kindness. So every day in every way, I am getting better and better. And then flow waves of kindness. Call it in. Just say those words. The energy will start automatically and flow them through you, right? We don't hold on to them. Flow them through you. They will help move out any of that resistant energy. Wow, someone's shoulder's going weird. I'll flow waves of kindness to you. Flow out that resistance. Let it move through gently, with ease, and then say again, every day in every way, I am getting better and better. Every day in every way, I am getting better and better. And then let those waves of kindness move through you and see what happens next. See what your thought will be next. See how you feel about that statement, that command now, compared to how you did at the very beginning of this episode, right? I said it over and over to you. I wanted you to tune in. How does it feel? What do these words bring to you, to your body, to your mind? So check in now. Every day and in every way, I am getting better and better. How does it feel now compared to the beginning of the show? Did it change? If it did, in either direction, if it changed, awesome. Like, that's really good news. Change does not always mean you are going forward in a comfortable way. Change of any kind is good news. So if you had some change, bravo. Be in awareness of that, right? Be aware, cool, pause, take a breath, congratulate yourself. Know that you made that change. It was not me. It came from you. Your willingness to be in a receptive place to hear my words and feel the energy that I send out during my shows. You did this. So acknowledge it and be in gratitude for you. Sure, you can have some gratitude for me. I would happily receive that. And anytime you would like to, throw a little gratitude towards the show, that would be amazing. Like, love, share. That would be fabulous. I would so appreciate that. And I would be very much in gratitude for you, right? Gratitude works with everything. So next week, the show is called, What is Influencing You Today? It's going to be really interesting. As always, there may be a little bits and pieces of it that you find a little surprising, which, to be honest, that kind of makes me happy. But in the meantime, I'm sending you waves of kindness for a wonderful week ahead until we come back together again.
Thank you for listening to Cultivating Kindness with Karen. Karen Leslie returns Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, 11 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can find Karen at KarenLeslie.ca and follow her on social media. Until next Wednesday, Karen is sending you waves of kindness for a fabulous week. Remember, it's only you who has the power to be and receive the kindness required to change your life.